Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to DC Fans United. So, it's been a little while since I have reviewed an Alterna comic, so I figured now was the time. Today I'm going to be looking at Eric Henson's Eden, #1. So, I'll include a link in the description box to my other Alterna reviews. I've reviewed 4 or 5 different books now, so you can check those out as well. So, this book, as you may have guessed from the cover, is science fiction, and it's very science fiction-y. It definitely lives up to that. As you can tell, there's an alien on the cover, so you may have expected that. And he is my favorite character of the 3. I found him to be the most interesting. And actually, he's got a cool look. A lot of times when you see characters that have 4 eyes, they don't go ahead and make the skull elongated so much. They'll just have it'd be like in his forehead, and his skull would be short. It would look more like that. But in any case, I thought that was a cool look. And I'm usually not a fan of characters with 4 eyes, like, when Trigun possesses someone, like in a Teen Titans movie, and they get the 4 eyes. I don't usually like that look, but this looks pretty cool. So yeah, we'll get into who all worked on it. Eric Henson. This is his baby. He did the art, the penciling, and he did the writing. So that's one thing, though, that is a really hard thing to do, is to write and draw a book. And in my opinion, he's a better artist than he is a writer. So that's not to throw shade on this book, because it is $1.50, and we'll get into it. And you can see the art is really good. It has, this isn't even the best example. You can see it's very science fiction, esque, and has cities and whatnot. It's actually where this is taking place is on Eden. And this is its capital city. So one thing that was hard for me to get into with this book, and this goes into his writing specifically. One thing that was hard for me with this book is there's a lot. If you like world building and lore from built from scratch, but just 0 to 60, this is for you. For me, though, it was a little tough. I started this book 3 times. I was like, okay, you got some dudes, they're gonna go on a space adventure and fight. And then I was like, okay, 2741 AD, following the invasion of Earth by a mysterious alien army known as the Nomads, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, I don't know. It was an investment. But, again, it was $1.50, and it's a fairly long comic, and it's lore. So once I did get into it, I was like, okay, this is alright. There's this lady, and their ship crashed, and she's looking for her son, and it's this whole big deal. One thing, though, it's very much one of those, I'm a strong female character kind of books. Even her name, what do they call her? Brigadier General Nera Willis. It's just like, okay. Okay, that's fine. And it wouldn't be so bad, but the guy she's got with her, she brings 2. It's an elite team of 3. So you'd think she'd pick the best she can find. Well, she's got this alien dude who's cool, but she's got this doofus who's just like a total nincompoop for most of the book. He does circumvent my expectations near the end, though, which really, in some ways, saves this whole book. But in any case, there's this is her talking. She's like, this is it, no regrets, no turning back. And he's like, are you sure this is the way to find your son, Nera? No, I'm scared, And it's just and then she's like, yeah, I'm cool, tough, and jumping. And he's just falling, basically. I don't know. It's cool to have a clown character, that's fine, but why would you bring him? Why would you even bring him? Just you two go. He's a joke. But he does redeem himself a little later. Again, though, the art is nice. That's your superhero pose, action pose, and even the goofball looks kind of cool right there. So that, yeah, that looks cool. I like that. I'm not knocking the art on this. It's just honestly the writing's pretty cliche, and Aside from Tinseltown, that's something a lot of these Alterna books I've read have kind of suffered for, from. Like, what was it? Go West. It's very cliche, kind of like just like action tropes. This is more like your modern, almost sitcom, right? Like you got the strong, tough lady, and then you got the clown, and then you got like the unique alien guy who's along because he has special abilities. Case in point, he can talk to these alien head deals. I don't want to give away everything, so I'm going to skip some stuff here soon. And I definitely recommend buying this. Like, I know I'm being critical of it in a lot of ways, but that's what you got to do when you're a reviewer. It doesn't mean I didn't like it. I would buy issue 2, and for $1.50, like, this art and coloring is superb. And I should backtrack. Did I mention? I don't think I mentioned the other folks who worked on it. I'm sorry to jump back and forth. But yeah, Eric Henson's pencils and story. Michael Babinski, I'm pretty sure was the inker. We'll make sure. Oh boy, I'm off my game. Okay, yeah, he was the inker, and then Steve Downer was the colorist, and then Robert Doan is the letterer. So a big shout out to Steve Downer, the colorist. I think the colors on this are superb, and for newsprint, I mean, I'm not knocking newsprint, but that is some good colors on a newsprint. So anyways, they have to talk to these big alien heads because they know where her son is or something. Oh, and the clown is being a clown. You know, they go through all this to talk to these freaking, like, ancient deities, basically. Like, they're like the gods for this guy, almost. I don't know if that's true, but they're very powerful. And, you know, he talks to him, and then this guy's like, is this undead alien head going to keep babbling or let us pass? And she's like, Christian, do all of us a favor and shut up. And I'm like, well, why'd you even bring him? Like, so, you know, and then there's just more. There's like more of her being smart. Like, the alien's gonna go up and put his hand on it because he said the demon head basically asked him to. He said, put your hand on there, and he's gonna do it. And then her, because she's smart and they're dumb, says, wait, I've already lost enough on this planet, and blah blah blah. Don't do it. And they're all like, foolish human, how do you defy us? Blah, 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 blah. So then he goes ahead and does it. And guess what? The hole in the floor opens up. Oh no, she was right. But yeah, so now they're in this new little adventure, basically. And I mean, I like the idea behind it, and the art is really good and everything. It's just the writing kind of, I'm not gonna lie, killed it for me in some ways. Come on, camera, you can focus. There we go. So anyways, they fall down the hole, and it's all dark, right? Well, the smart lady turns the light on, and the first thing you see is our bro alien say, run! Like, look at that. If you saw that, what would you do? Would you run? Or would you make a joke? Because if you're the clown, you'd make a joke. And he's like, are you serious? Like, honestly, is this a Marvel comic? Okay, just had to check. So he's being an idiot, like always, and then it's revealed on a full page that the freaking alien's being eaten by another alien. That's why he's saying to run. And then it's like, oh, maybe we should run. Oh, and then the cool lady kills it with a spear, because she's the only competent one. The evil heads are being bad. I should skip some pages. So yeah. Oh, here's the one good part, basically. They run into the big boss, or at least one of the big bosses. He's like, remember me? And they fight. And then the lady actually gets smacked down. So I was like, oh, wait. She isn't a total Mary Sue? I'm actually kind of surprised. And then, guess what? The clown guy actually kills him. He straight blasts him. So then it's just like a skeleton. And of course, he has to step on it himself. He says, what does he say? Oh, here we go. He says, this is the moment when I say something clever and kill you. Never was clever, though. And he does it and kills him. So he's not going to get his hero one-liner, but at least he did a good thing. So that kind of redeemed it in my eyes a little bit. And then, okay, I can't give away much more, but basically the aliens got the ability to check out the things remains and we find out that it's gonna regenerate. So that's going to be an ongoing issue for them. And then I wanted to show the very last page. So then we see them there, and we're ready for the next issue. So it was pretty good. I mean, it was worth $1.50. It's just these two characters kind of drove me nuts because they're such cliches. Like it felt like Brian Michael Bendis was writing, honestly. So my personal advice to Eric Henson, if he watches this, because he might, Alterna is a small enough company, like they're really cool, they'll interact with you, and I know sometimes they watch these videos. So my advice, guy, or sir, I should say, you did a really good job with this, but my advice is to either maybe just do the art and have someone else be your writer, and even just give them like your outline and even maybe like a script and let them kind of polish it, or I don't know, just get more feedback maybe before you put your book out. I mean, I know that sounds harsh, but like some of it is really, really cliche. So I think it's good overall, though, especially the art and the colors and the inks. And for $1.50, you can't beat it. I would give it. I'm trying to think. I like Tinseltown better, and I like Exilium better. But this is probably the third best of the ones I've read. So I liked it better than Go West, and I liked it better than Midnight Mystery. I know Midnight Mystery is a fan favorite, but the art on this blows Midnight Mystery away. Like, Midnight Mystery is probably written better, but the art on it pales in comparison. Like, this is some good art. This is honestly better than what you see at the big two sometimes, oftentimes. I don't want to show everything. But yeah, what would I give it? I guess 7 out of 10. Big part of that 7's the art, like 6 out of the 7 for art. And then the price too. Honestly, the story didn't, it's really heavy on the like world building and stuff. Like sometimes this felt like issue 3, not issue 1. So I'm sure this guy's got a lot in his head and he wants to get it all out in 4 issues, but I don't know. And honestly, a lot of what's going on, like the sun being lost, that all has to be given in this information dump and like more information dumps throughout. Like, why didn't you just make your comic about that? At least issue 1. But that's all for now. Yeah. Buy it if this is your kind of thing. Don't buy it if you don't want to, but I don't regret buying it. I'm definitely going to keep it. It was a lot better than Martian Manhunter #1 from DC Comics. I'll tell you that right now. So that's my takeaway. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. And as always, thank you for watching and being a part of DC Fans United.